What is up, YouTube knife community? Back again. Today we're going to be taking a look at two Manly fixed blades. Manly is just an awesome company. They used to be set up here in the U.S., but as far as I know, their U.S. distribution has been shut down. You can still find these knives on certain distributors. But you just got to look, and they're out there. So what we have today is this is the Manly Patriot, and this is the Manly Drugar. I think is how you pronounce it. It's Drugar. This one is wearing a custom Kydex sheath from my good buddy Micah over at Black Bear Custom Kydex. If you haven't checked him out and you're not following him, go check him out. Awesome guy. He does absolutely amazing work with Kydex. So yeah, go check him out. Just a killer guy to deal with too. So and this one here is on loan from my good buddy Justin, OCD for EDC. If you don't know him, which I'm sure you do, go check him out. Awesome guy. Doing killer work. Just amazing videos. Just a great guy. Really enjoy getting to know him as well. So we'll tear into this. I'll show you a quick look at the sheath, and then we'll take the sheaths off the knives and check out the knives. But this is again Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. This one's wearing soft loops. I carried appendix on my right hand side right beside my belt buckle. Very great way to carry. The retention's dialed in. Absolutely perfect. As you can see, it's like a ballistic draw. If you don't have it on your belt, it just shoots off. There's no rattle, no play in this thing. It's the belt loops rattling there. But the knife's not coming out. He just does some killer work. Really enjoy doing business with Micah. So there's the sheath. I'll take it off to the side and lay the knife out here by itself. And then this is the factory sheath that you get with Manly knives. Justin hasn't had a custom sheath made yet. Not sure if he's going to, but this is what your factory sheath will look like. You have this loop over style clip that you can run your belt through. And I think that these sheaths are Tech-Lock compatible. I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyway, I'm not sure. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I would think that they would drill them to be capable or compatible, but who knows. So let me flip these around. So what you're looking at is, again, two Manly fixed blades. Both of them are in CPM 154. I can't remember what the results were. I did have mine HRC tested back several months ago. You can see the two divots on the Ricasso right there. I can't remember what the results were, but it's in a video way back, like one of my first 3 or 4 videos if you want to go check it out. And that would give you an idea of where Manly runs their CPM 154. Whatever it is, I haven't had any trouble whatsoever out of this knife. I have used this one a lot, and it has been sharpened multiple times. I don't know if I can get to pick up, but yeah, it's been sharpened a lot. I've used this knife a ton, and I have had zero trouble out of it. Just for full disclosure, this knife did have it's like a spot of the tang stuck out right here. It wasn't for a lanyard or anything. It was just like like an attention grabber, or you know, something to bust with or whatever, but chop stuff up with. But you can see there that it's been sanded off. It looks really good. Actually, Justin did that for me while he had it. So there you go. There's that. This knife has the tubular tubes. Man, this camera ain't focusing good. But it doesn't have screws. It's got the tubes that are flared out. And then the Drugar, you can take the scales off of it. It also has the pommel, whatever, I guess, back here. Again, I think that's the designer of the knife, maybe, I'm not sure. But there's the model. Let me flip it over so you can read it. There's the model, and there's the steel, the Manly Drugar. I'm pretty sure it's how you pronounce it anyway. So the Patriot is it's got a 4-inch blade with a 3.5-inch cutting edge, and it's like 8 1/4 overall. It weighs 4.6 ounces without the sheath, and it weighs 6.9 with that custom sheath. I'm not sure what it would weigh with the factory sheath. So then the Drugar, it's got a 4.5-inch blade and a 4 1/4-inch cutting edge. And if you count this pommel here, it is about 9 1/8 overall. It weighs 5.9 ounces without the sheath and 7.9 with the sheath. The Drugar has just a little bit thinner stock. I mean, the Patriot, rather, has just a touch thinner stock. I don't know if you can even see it or not, but the Patriot measures 150, and the Drugar weighs 155, 156, I think. I can't remember, one or the other. Both of these knives come super thin behind the edge. This knife, the Patriot that belongs to me, I've probably sharpened it 6 times, at least 6-8 times, and it still measures about 14 thousandths behind the edge, and that's pretty much the full length of the knife. So Manly does some excellent grinds. And the Drugar, again, 155 thousandth stock, and behind the edge is about 16 17. It varies just a little bit. The grip on these knives are awesome. The jimping, I'm not a fan of jimping 97% of the time, but Manly does a real good job on the jimping on these fixed blades. It's that fine jimping that just catches you just right. It don't cut into you. You know, they got jimping right here as well, right here in the choil. It just locks in. Super well done jimping. And on the Patriot, you get the same thing, the same kind of jimping, just real fine, not super sharp jimping. I wish they would have put a few more on the Patriot, because you're kind of, in an awkward position if you use it, but honestly, it doesn't really need it. I've used this knife a lot for like kitchen food, like food prep and whatnot, fruits and all kinds of crap, meat, whatever. It's just an excellent knife for that kind of stuff, and it's a good bushcraft style knife as well. If you go back and watch my video on it, I did do a few tests with it. There's an edge retention test results in that video, and I did, do a little bit of harder use test with it. One thing I like about the Drugar is it feels the hand just a little bit better. It is contoured, and it's contoured well too, and it's got that little bit of a bulge in the center. It just locks your hand in real good. And the Patriot is, it's more like just a constant, taper, I guess you would say. It is also contoured though. So yeah, the handles on both of them are really nice, and you get locked in real good with the shape, the way they're made. So you do have a lanyard hole, like a dedicated lanyard hole on the Drugar, and on the Patriot, unless it was in that part of the tang that stuck out, I can't remember. You don't have a lanyard hole, but you could always use this tube as a lanyard hole if you wanted to. Personally, I don't think it needs it. It's in that size range where it feels pretty good without a lanyard. So yeah, and this, I ground this choil in myself. It had a factory choil that looked like this one, and I extended it just a little bit to sharpen a little better. But just quality knives. As I said, you can find them out there. They're not as easy to find now as they once were, but you can still find them. And again, Manly does an excellent job with their CPM 154. I'm not sure, again, how hard it's ran, but in my testing, it's held up just fine. So just wanted to share this with you guys, because these knives are actually pretty good prices. I forgot to look the Drugar up, but I know that they're fairly similar in price. The The Patriot is 80 bucks, just about everywhere you can find it. I'm thinking that the Drugar was like maybe 100, 105 or something. I can't remember, but it's somewhere close to that. But yeah, that's all I've got, guys. If you're looking for a good, cheap, well-ground fixed blade, you know, food prep, bushcraft, whatever you want it for, these are some excellent knives, especially for the price. So yeah, I highly recommend them. So yeah, again, that's all I got. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Keep your eyes open for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway coming if it hasn't already. I'm not sure when I'll release this video. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.